Hi, it's SJ and we're back in video 5 and we're going to be going over layer effects. So today I wanted to combine stuff that you learned from video 4 about brushes, layers, and then adding layer effects to really speed up workflow. So I have my drawing here, still needs a bit of layering work and adding more textures and everything, but I'm gonna just jump ahead and pretend that my bone texture is completely laid out and everything is good to go. And maybe I am interested in adding some nerves and vessels to my illustration. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be working on next. So like with everything, I'm going to add a new layer and label it so that I know what I'm working on. So using layer effects, I'm going to try to add some nerves and just a really quick way of doing it. This could really speed up workflow if you don't have to be really precise. I'm going to grab my brush tool, make sure I'm on my layer that I want to be on. So I'm just going to really quickly rough out the facial nerve. So great, so I've got a really rough nerve that I've laid out for the facial nerve, cranial nerve 7. What we're going to do next is we're just going to go into the more advanced tools that are in the top menu, and we're going to look for layer styles and add a bevel and emboss. So you can see almost instantly that it gives it a more three-dimensional look. Of course, like some areas like this would need to be cleaned up, going into it in more detail, but you could also add other things if you wanted it to be more stylized. You could add a stroke. That's a really quick way of doing that. Maybe even a drop shadow so that it gives it some depth, and you can always change the parameters of each one of these so that it's more specific to what you need. But these are really great tools for just really quickly adding some other dimension to your illustrated elements. You can change the direction of the lighting in a lot of these, and if you want it to be consistent, it's good to use the same direction. Maybe if you want to bring emphasis to a specific organ or something, you could give it an outer glow. I've also been using them in the skull sketch to draw out the suture lines. I might need to set them back a bit more, but that's kind of how I was going to go about it so that it looks like the lines are embedded into the bone rather than just me having to go and draw in the highlight for all of the tiny little areas, which would take a really long time. This is just a really quick and dirty way of getting that in. So yeah, hope that's helpful for layer styles. And if you have any questions, just send me a message or just write it in the comments. In the next video, we're going to be going over layer modes. Layer modes are really great for using textures and just incorporating different colors. So, see you next time. Thanks. For more tips and tricks and to connect with the Biocomm Hive community, please check out the Facebook group. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to follow Create to Learn on Instagram and #CreateToLearn for more tutorials.